Yo, what's good? It's your boy. We back at it with another video, you know what I mean? We here to follow through and we here to do the Venus through Virgo sign placement basically, right? Now, first off, Venus and Virgo is actually, it falls here for you guys who have this placement. Reason being is because it's home to the signs of Taurus and Libra, and it's exalted in the sign of Pisces. Now, Pisces is opposite of Virgo, right? So it's exalted, meaning it does well in that sign. So opposite of that, when it's falling, it's coming in the opposite sign, it's not the most comfortable here. Now I'm gonna elaborate why in terms of how this energy plays out and why, you know what I mean, things to be mindful of, you know, when you have this placement. But before I do that, let's talk about what Venus can show in your chart. Now Venus is going to show how you relate to others and your love language. There's always multiple areas that you have to compare in your birth chart. So compare your Venus sign and also the sign that's on the 7th house, as well as if you have any planets there. That's going to flavor and kind of tell basically also how you are and deal with your love language, right? The reason being is because the 7th house basically kind of corresponds with Libra, and Libra, which I said, Libra is a sign of relationships, right? It's the constellation that deals with relationships. So that's why you look in that house too, to know how you relate to others and your love language, right? Now, in terms of the value that you bring to the table, right? That's what one of the things that Venus can show as well, and also what you value. And it also can show how you make money, right? But you want to compare this to your 2nd house, basically, in terms of the sign that's on the cusp of the 2nd house, as well as any planets that are in that 2nd house. The planets, they will flavor the energy as well too, right? So the reason being is because I stated Venus rules over Taurus as well, just like Libra. Taurus is a sign of money, stability, finance, you know, comfort, what you value, right? So this is kind of all what the 2nd house deals with, as it's a Taurus house, right? And then in a man's chart, Venus is going to show the ideal wife. It's going to show his archetype. So we're going to talk about what that can mean for the fellas out there, as well as it's going to show the strength and blessings in the house of people that have nighttime charts. So I did a video on nighttime versus daytime charts in Hellenistic astrology. You can go watch that video, which I'll link on YouTube as well as wherever the signs of Libra and Taurus are in terms of the house. You know, in your chart, that can also show possible areas that you may also have blessings and strength as well too. Nothing's for certain. Of course, there's other factors that can vary out. But if you were to want to see this method, basically in terms of day and nighttime charts, you have to use whole sign houses instead of Placidus or other systems. All right. Let's talk about this energy again. Let's jump back up. We got Venus and Virgo. So when we think of the constellation of Virgo, the reason why it falls here is because Virgo is a very analytical type of energy. Now, whenever we think about relationships, it's supposed to be about love, not analyzing things, not being kind of critical, which is kind of the Virgo energy, not being a bit nitpicky, right? So you guys just have to be, you know, mindful of that, because you definitely can analyze things as you can kind of be like a perfectionist in your relationships, right? In terms of how you relate to others, you know, that's basically how you relate to others. So now one of the positive ways, though, I think that y'all can express your energy basically is by helping your partner to self-improve and keeping your partner, helping them to stay organized, maybe with to-do lists, or just, you know, because that's something that y'all naturally love doing, and staying orderly basically, right? Again, compare that with the 7th house, but to see more of your energy of how you are in relationships. But that's just the general type of energy. Now, what you value, right, and what value you can bring to the table. Now, Virgo is the constellation that deals with health, right? So this can be something that you value. It deals with hygiene. We can say fitness can fall into that, even in terms of the health. And like I stated just organization basically. You value your work as this is what the energy represents, right? So yeah. Now, what you can bring to the table though in terms of your value is, yeah, just that organizational type of skill, right? Now let's talk about how you can make money, right? Some of this is going to be kind of similar to what I already stated in terms of what you value. But Virgo is any type of occupation that can deal with health, right? So a fitness instructor as an example, / trainer, a therapist, a car detailer, because Virgos like to pay attention to the fine details. It's ruled by Mercury, right? File clerk, accountant, These are some things that can fall under this energy: a secretary, a librarian, a researcher. You know what I mean? You guys are natural researchers. As you want to learn, you guys can be intellectuals, right? As well as like being a doctor, a nutritionist, nurse, psychiatrist, which is a type of therapist. And Virgo actually, just like the 6th house, deals with small pets. So this could be a zookeeper, dog walker, veterinarian, things of that nature. So these are just some examples, you know what I mean? Everything may not resonate, but some may, you know what I mean? So these are just some things. You can compare that again with, like I stated, what's going on in your 2nd house in terms of the sign there. I did a video on careers or occupations that fall under each sign, right? I'll link it on the YouTube. You can go watch that video, and basically I show you how to, you know, you can click on basically the timestamps for the signs, basically, as well as the planets. I'll show you how to find that if it's deposited into that 2nd house, basically, right? So, in terms of your ideal wife for a man, right? Before we talk about that, though, what I want to state is that this is something that you can do. We're going to talk about Venus through Virgo in terms of the type of woman you may like, right? But let's talk about, look into the house that your Venus is in, right? Each house corresponds with a zodiac sign. So Aries, for instance, would be the first house, basically. Taurus would be the 2nd house, right? Gemini would be 3rd, etc., right? So what you can do is, I made a video on keywords that correspond with each zodiac sign. What I want you guys to do, right, the fellas, is besides the Venus and Virgo, which we're about to talk about, look at that house that it's in. So say if it's in the 1st house, your woman that you'll need will have Venus/Aries qualities, since Aries, I told you, corresponds to that 1st house. If it's in the 6th house, this is double down on the Virgo energy, because the 6th house is a Virgo house. If it's 7th, this would be Libra, 3rd, Gemini, right? So compare these houses with the energies and look at the keywords that will also give you qualities of the type of woman you need. But now let's talk about Venus coming through Virgo. Again, you need someone who can who's intellectual. These are going to be similar qualities to you, but like I stated a little earlier, someone who's much about hygiene, you know, very much about their work, very much about service. Virgo is a sign that deals with service, right? Pretty much, you know, like I stated, orderly. Be mindful of criticizing your partner, and also you may attract partners if you do that can also give off that Virgo energy that criticize you as well too. But yeah, you just need someone, you know, even into fitness, like I stated. A lot of this stuff is repetitive, but this is just the overall energy. And the last thing I want to state is just, again, look in the house that your Venus is in, and you can look at that video I did for daytime versus nighttime charts for blessings. And this is pretty much it. Your Venus through Virgo video is pretty short. I hope it resonates, which I think that it pretty much will. And y'all take it easy. Peace.